I'm like the only non-Senate person here on this discussion. Like, so they come back tomorrow, but like, so cloture. Annalyse was making this point, like that vote wouldn't happen until like what, midday Thursday at earliest. So like, what are they going to do for 48 hours? Just kind of go to the microphones and talk to you guys and go. I mean, what will happen for 2 days here?
References something I said earlier, it's either they talk past each other or they talk to each other. And I would expect more of the former, at least especially through us. And that's what we're expecting when we get back tomorrow night and Wednesday. They have basically this 48 hours to see if there's any movement. And I tend to think there won't be. Maybe that's just the skeptic in me, having covered the Hill for as long as I have. But I don't think it's unfounded. So that's kind of what I'm expecting at this point. They got Thursday, and then they have the weekend. The shutdown would go into effect, obviously, overnight Friday, but in effect, it wouldn't go until Monday, really, because that's when everything would actually go into effect once the work week hits. So I think that's more or less. I mean, they'll have the weekend as a little bit of a buffer, and then the House comes back too, and that kind of changes a lot of things. Who knows if Johnson will even have them come back, just like the last time around? That's another thing. I mean, the House would need to approve any changes if they did that. Johnson could just say, "Hey, stay away. I don't need 400 some headaches on my head on my case again."
I know that'll be something to watch. We talked about that. I think we kind of understood at the beginning why Johnson kept them out, but after the first couple of weeks, we were like scratching our heads, like, "What are you doing? Bring them back! This just looks terrible." But Mike, to go back to your point of like, what are they going to do in the next couple of days? I mean, these Democrats really haven't had a chance to come and address, talk to their colleagues about what happened over the weekend. I imagine that they are going to want to do, conferences, talk to the press, be out in front talking about, making their demands more clearly known with how they want the DHS bill to be changed, coalescing around some of those adjustments. Like, I think they're going to be waging a messaging war. And where I see Republicans is just sort of saying, hey, look, like they're going to go with this process argument. Like, look, we already did this. The House passed the bill. All we need you to do is just pass the bill. And so I think those are kind of going to be the two sides of this fight.